On this daily cinephile vlog, it must be said, I am an awful reader. I cannot read books properly. Does not mean that I can't read in general. I can read. I know how to read, obviously, but I cannot ever just read a book the proper way. And just sitting there for hours like some people do where they actually really get into a book. I've never been able to do that. I've been taking it chapter by chapter, and going across my days. I'm like, I can finish at least a chapter, or if I divide the book up through 7 days for how many pages every day of the week, I can get a book done in a week. So that's kind of my goal. But then the goal always falls apart because I just can't get to the book every day. But there are still, I still take some days to read it, but then I don't finish the book in a week. But I also pick a lot of longer books. I'm really bad about that. I pick a lot of longer biographies, and then there's books that I want to read, but they're always way longer. I really want to read David Copperfield, and it's a really long book. So I wish I was someone who could just sit down, really enjoy a book, and get through it, because I'm just awful at it. Now I know what you think. Well, it's probably because, Justin, you're the movie guy, aren't you? Well, yeah. So that's probably part of it. If I'm going to spend my free time doing something, it'll probably be a movie. And it's not like I'm not interested in learning things, but, I feel like movies versus reading, reading's probably still the preferred way of, expanding your knowledge. So I really should be reading more. And it's not like I'm avoiding it. I am trying to read more. It's just a tough thing to really balance and practice and get into if it's something that you've never really done on your own. I always did it for school, but I never really read for pleasure. So it's been something I've been working on for a long time, but I've certainly got better in recent years, but got to do it more. I have a book pile right now that's growing of things I want to read, and I have read books in the past year, but I always want to read more. I always have more to read, and the pile that I want to read starts growing. So I get through, autobiographies pretty quickly, but it's those bigger, bulkier biographies, like I read the George Lucas biography, which was great, but it's really long, so it ends up taking up most of my time that could be spent reading other things. So if anyone's got any reading hints out there, I don't think I'm a slow reader, but I am a distracted reader. I get easily distracted by other things while reading. So if anyone's got suggestions on how to improve my reading ability, let me know in the comments. What do you do to read more throughout the year? But if you say watch less movies, I don't know if that's going to help.